Hey guys, it's the Flopping Groper. I'm just going to teach you how to get into good long positions in an uptrend. So first things first, you got to know if it is an uptrend. So you go to your daily time frames, the one I always use, which is your larger time frame, and you look for signs that we are in a trending market, whether it's up or down. So what I see here with Ethereum is that the money flow is thick and green. A couple other oscillators giving us signals. We see the blue momentum clipping to the upside. We see the yellow momentum crossing over zero. So these are signals we want to see if we're looking to scalp long on the shorter time frame. Obviously, I would have liked to see this green dot lower because that means you have more buying power if you basically follow these green dots down here. Like more oversold blue waves are better entries for longs. However, when you see that momentum aiming up, you at least know that on the shorter time frames, we're aiming up, right? So we're going to be looking for long scalps on the shorter time frames. So now that you know which way the trend is going and which side of these indicators you're going to be trading, whether it's long or short, now we go to the scalp time frame. So I go to the 3-minute chart. And you could use any scalp time frame. I've been using the 15-second chart a lot lately. But that's also because I'm really good with reading wave divergence and reading all these signals firing at once. But if it's happening too quick, stick on the 3-minute if you're just trying to scalp. And you'll see that anytime there was like a low in the market, the blue momentum wave on the 3-minute was past the negative 60 threshold. You see this? So we were low here, past the negative 60. 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 Do you guys see how all the best times to enter today have been when the gropers were flopping their hardest and everyone was freaking out and crying in the fireside chat? So, not calling you guys crybabies. But you can see how you're supposed to be buying low, right? You're buying other people's fear in an uptrend. We know it's going up. It went up back here. We're going to, do our thing, and then we're going to continue up, right? That's what we're assuming. And so it's all about just getting in at the low points. What are the low points? What does that look like? Oversold waves. You got other signals such as the money flow here. When this red money flow is decreasing in negativity, aka increasing, you see how you got in about like right here, and you see how that popped right there. So if you're on a high leverage trade from the get-go, that's profit right there. You lock in your profits. If you're in a lower leverage trade, watching if you're capping your liquidation potential, you're trying not to get liquidated at all, then obviously you could hold on to that and kind of monitor it. And as long as it doesn't fall below a certain level, which I can go into Cipher SR, different levels you can use, as long as it doesn't go to a certain level, you can hold on to the trade and continue holding this until it reaches like a new price level. So we're kind of approaching that here. We're kind of entering like a new price level here. I would like to see this go up because I am in this nice position here. I'm up $5,000. I'm up a couple Ethereum. I got 200K contracts long. You can see that I entered kind of toward the bottom end of the range. Do you guys see that? I'm not FOMOing in up here. I'm not FOMOing in during the chop here. I got in at these lows, and when I saw it going up more, I added a little bit to my position to capitalize on the win-win scenario that I found myself in. It was a positive risk scenario that I found myself in. So I added a little more to the position. But anyways, you're getting in on these low waves, but you got to know you're in an uptrend. So that's basically the secret. That's my scalping strategy. When it comes to actual horizontals to work with, obviously an oscillator is not really going to help you with that, right? So that's where I use MarketCipher SR. And you can see that at these lows in the market, we were also finding support on VWAP. You see? You see how the VWAP, this white line, is acting as a kind of soft level support and kind of keeping you confident in these trades. You're also seeing bottoming patterns. So you're seeing, like a head and shoulders here where it has like a left shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder, or even like a double bottom. Like there's always going to be like a bottoming formation, like see this head and shoulders here. So watch for those. These are gonna be your signals that you use in tandem with the waves to basically hop on. Another great level on SR is this midpoint of the daily range, the center of daily range here. It's basically just the midpoint between the daily high and the daily low. You can see the midpoint of the daily range was tested as kind of like a strong support level. And then when it comes to where to place your stop loss, because that's always a tough question, right? Or maybe you're not placing a stop loss, but you're monitoring the trade and you're like wondering what is that level where you have to tell yourself, okay, I was wrong. I need to get out of this trade because there's a lot of money on the table right now that could disappear in an instant, right? And so I like to use these Cipher SR support and resistance lines. So like if you entered long here, if you entered long, let's say right here, or at one of these lows, like basically off this VWAP bounce right here, and then this thing pumps up like that, and then it's like tanking down. This could have easily triggered a stop loss if you had your stop loss like under the VWAP or something. I like to use the support and resistance dots on SR to place my stop loss, and I like to place my stop loss a little bit behind these lines. So I'll place my stop loss like right there, or if the market ever came lower to this point and it was basically like breaching these lower dots which started printing back here, at that point I'd be like, okay, I'm wrong, I'll exit this trade at a very minimal loss, right? And the way I entered this trade here was I was on low leverage. I was on 5x. And so the market getting to this level, when I'm on 5x, I'm comfortable pulling out of that trade and accepting that I was wrong, right? But you see this level, this yellow level held, and I stayed in my trade. And basically, these indicators kept me confident throughout. You can see like I'm not going to flop and grope if I see that the VWAP is now support again. You see this? And so, I could even raise my stop loss or raise that psychological level where I'm like, okay, I'm wrong. I could raise that level from here to here or from here to here. And so once I get to the point where this kind of stop loss level is in the green, like basically there's no way I can lose this trade, that's when I crank up the leverage. You see I'm on 25x now, and it's going to show a higher percent gain. More of my liquidity is freed up, so I have a higher available balance now. And I'm basically in this really gushy position where if this tanks down, I've got a lot of room before I have to panic sell if this does come back down to my entry. But then we've also got a lot of potential to the upside. So this is the situation you want to be in and the situation that you want to abuse. Yeah. So let me know if you guys have questions. Obviously, you're getting in on oversold waves during an uptrend that you've confirmed on the higher time frames. And obviously, Cipher SR is going to help you know which way like the market is trending. You can see like most of the candles are above VWAP, right? So that means VWAP is support. That means VWAP is a fair place to enter longs, right? And so trade with the majority of trade with the trend basically. You're looking for like longs at these dips, and you're using these support and resistance levels to put your stop losses behind. Let me know what you guys think. Obviously, there's warning signs that you see, how do you know when to get out or take profit or whatever. There's warning signs for you to take profit, anytime there's a top where the price goes higher and momentum is dying off, that's an opportunity for you to shave profits. You could see momentum died, price stayed the same. That's divergence, right? Divergence is when the price is disagreeing with the oscillator. So anytime there's disagreement, there's a sign there. So all these are like warning signs that you could have taken profit on, but as long as this is holding over VWAP, you don't have to panic, right? The key is to get into a position where you're not panicking, not flopping, and you're not risking an amount that's causing you to flop and grope and be nervous. And at that point, you can chill, right? Because if we chill right here, this could continue higher, and we've got this really great entry. So you don't want to get rid of you don't want to get rid of a good entry just because of one warning sign here. So these are kind of minor signs. And so when it comes to bearish signals in an uptrend, guys, bearish signals in an uptrend don't play out that well. So they're great for take profit zones, but if the market is moving up, you don't want to be like shorting this bearish divergence, right? Because it's only a matter of time before the market continues up. And so it's almost like in an uptrend, everything above the zero line down here on MarketCipher B is pretty much worthless except for like our exit. So when it comes to entries, you're looking at down here. You're looking low places to buy from. Low places. You're going to the garage sale. You're trying to buy stuff for cheap, right? You're not trying to buy stuff at the garage sale when everyone's at the garage sale and bartering and haggling each other up, selling a dresser for $1,000 because like there's 10 people bidding on it. Like that's what you're doing if you enter long on this wave right here. Don't do that. You want to enter from points where you have the most buying power, especially when there's like a solid support like this forming like that. We even see that support on VWAP forming. So yeah, man, if you guys have any questions, let me know. I think I covered pretty much everything that got me into this trade here. So yeah, you guys have a good one.